Good morning, America. This is Dr. Churi from the Arizona. And as always, you know my motto. I am the first cosmic cop teaching humanity to understand, use, and respect God, cosmic design, who speaks his will to me through the sign, which I endlessly translate to warn you. So today's newsletter is kind of interesting. In my last video, I gave you the date of the 17th, and I said, be ready for shocking, surprising, unusual type of news. So the 17th or the 18th, one of those two dates. So this newsletter is kind of a special because it is titled The Rebellious Die Hard Lawless Conspiracy Generation. This is going to be a little bit difficult for those of you who are not cosmic conscious or who do not know much about astrology. So I'm trying to explain to you why some member of the human race would rather die than to get vaccinated, and why this generation seems to adhere to any form of conspiracy, and why they do not trust the system, the government, or the status quo. So indeed, it is a very, very important newsletter that I wrote today. And of course, it's tough for me to write currently because I'm still healing from my eye surgery. And this is why when the light is too bright, I've got to wear my glasses. All right, so let's put them on. Okay, so first, I've got to try to read without those glasses, but it's with these glasses, but it's hard. Again, if you took the time to read SOS to the World, Deadly Window for September 11th, and watch the YouTube videos, there is no denying the quatrains, the dramatic news, and the keywords associated with the quatrain that depict the news I was expecting. Okay, so the idea again is to educate yourself and take the time. Now, as I said in my letters video and the newsletter, I gave you the date of the 17th, which is a couple of days from now or so. And I'm asking you to be ready for unusual, shocking, disrupting, explosive type of news. And those winds are now becoming much more obvious, and they are operational. And if you look at the news of today, okay, 1,400 dolphins were killed in the Faroe Islands in one day. Shocking. Even some pro-whalists. That tells you, when I use the word shocking, unusual, original, and the next thing you know, the news mentioned the word shocking, and you have an incredible, terrible videos showing a bunch of idiots killing animals, mammals, sea living creature. That tells you where you're at. Okay, now, before anything, pay attention. The next Plutonic daily window where the reptilius always reign supreme is for September 24th. I'm pushing it well ahead of time. So this way, if you have to go somewhere, if you've got to plan a trip, or if you hear about something, don't be part of any gathering. Be careful with the police. Careful what you say, what you do, because that's where the reptilius infected lunatic, we get a machine gun and you could be at the wrong place at the wrong time and being killed. So pay attention, make a note on your calendar, 23rd, 24th, 26th. During this 24th is the date that I'm giving you. Okay, that's the next very, very negative upcoming windows that will kill a lot of oblivious human beings. So I'm warning you, and it's free. Pay attention. And most of all, be part of the solution. I'm asking you is share it Help me save a precious life. Because unless we adapt it to God's cosmic design, wow, this world will be more chaotic. Okay. Now, as always, lunatic, crazy, infected soul will kill innocent people. Okay, the nasty group of extraterrestrials, the reptilius, are after the police, the government official, and children. That is on the 24th. Okay, we got it. Now, as far as now is concerned, okay, the quatrain and the keywords that I have is all about shocking. Okay. And trail upset, speed above. We're talking about volcanic eruption. Be prepared. Red fire, wind, water to dance. We are talking about tornado. Stars command, shock science, earthquakes. All these educated idiots out there do not understand how I'm always doing my window, preparing you for earthquakes at or above 6.0. So be careful, because calm, deception to strike. Okay. All right, so be cautious, because those cosmic shocking winds are going to get to you. You are not spared like me. Okay, so ask questions, listen to your friends, be prepared. It all depends on your karma. Okay, if you actually deserve good karma, because you're being watched by forces you can't understand, believe me. Okay, those shocking news are going to be used by the reptilians to make your life misery. It could simply be being stopped by a cop, getting a flat tire, but it could also mean explosions, bad explosions. Okay, now look at the news that tells me that this window is already active. Okay, ex-Trump administration official reacted to bombshell Trump book. The word bombshell. Forget about Trump. Forget about politics. Remember, I'm an astrology. I don't care if you like Trump, if you don't like Trump, Biden, Clinton, Obama. I can only repeat myself. Do not put me in that political box. Do not put me into the conspiracy nonsense. I'm using the stars. I'm coming from the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness, which means I do not see the news the way you see them. Okay, so forget about politics. Pay attention. Bombshell is one of the keywords which I wrote. Okay, and offer all my VIP at the beginning of the year. Be ready. Okay, what else? Kelly Clarkson's son interrupts singer over bathroom break. Unusual. Kids, children. Okay, the guy is doing an interview. Next thing you know, the bathroom explodes. God knows what. Pay attention to the cosmic energy I'm trying to pass on to you, because they're going to get to you. And you need to be prepared. And that's why you're here, because you're a little bit more smarter than those idiots who hang up on TikTok. Don't get me wrong, I go there sometimes too. Some part of the ridiculous, idiotic mass. I like to see how low and stupid the human race has fallen. When I see that, and these guys stuffing themselves with spaghetti, or God knows what they do out there, are getting millions of hits. When critical, incredible message involving the divine gets what, 1,000, 1,500 hits, how ridiculous. That's what I'm trying to tell you, my good friend. The superhuman are very rare. And obviously you are one of those if you're watching me. Thank you for that. Okay, so another thing that's very important, as leaders struggle to dispel vaccines misinformation, some celebrities are creating more trouble. Again, my good friend, you need to understand, and that's why many of you have a problem with my English-French accent. By reading, you may be more of a visual than an audible, which means you're going to learn more by reading. That's why I take the time to read. And believe me, my eyes are telling me I'm still generating information to help you, to save your life and to educate you. Okay. Now, those who deny COVID-19, masking of the anti-vaxxers, are part of the millennial okay? Or what I call in my book, The Power of the Dragon, the baby bastard, not bastard, okay, bastards or city generations. Okay, unlike Leo, which is my generation, the baby boom generation, 72 years old, okay? Leo is love, is life, is the baby boom generation, it's France, it is Italy, is the art, is children, is happiness, is love and light, is the sun. Virgo generation, okay, or the millennials. Virgo is dry, it's sterile. And during those days, of course, less baby were produced, okay? And the virginal, puritanical, Virgo, chastity nature also perceives sex as dirty and holy, and the fear of STD is also very strong, and they own a makeup. So this generation is extremely critical. They are very hard workers, don't get me wrong, and they are dedicated to Mother Earth and nature. A religious upbringing or an over concern with health, beliefs, or teaching for that matter, can only emphasize the idiosyncrasy induced by the puritanical Virgin Mary. That's why anytime I talk about Virgo, the Virgin Mary, I use green, which is natural healing plant green. Okay. Now, in August 1957, and from July 1972, there was a period of financial prosperity, drastic changes to working conditions, health matter, and the world labor's markets. Facilities for health programs and exercise boom to satisfy this generation that craves fitness and natural healing. The health business during those days, you're talking about making those machines, the tools that were launches were booming when Pluto, the planet of extreme power, was in the sign of Virgo, the critical, fussy, or city, detail-oriented, health-oriented sign of Virgo. Do I make sense so far? Now, in no way this generation of health fanatics, naturally, okay, and especially the parents, will allow the scientific community or even the government to make decisions for themselves or their children. To them, the human body is God's immaculate temple and cannot be poisoned. Now, look at the picture that I choose to represent this generation. Now, sad enough, some do, some don't know that a myriad of vaccine is imposed on all children joining school at a certain age to stop spreading dangerous disease. Yet, when confronted with safety and the necessity to stop this current pandemic, logic goes through the window with these people. It's a generation thing. Okay. Now, if you were born before or after this Virgo generation, okay, or if you inherited a lot of Virgo energy in your chart, like them, you will share the same values, the same fear, the same idiosyncrasy as what I call the OCD generation. And believe me, my wife is part of that generation. She'd rather be caught dead than to put anything in her body. And I can look at all my medication for my eyes, and they all, everything's by order. It's amazing, the power. And she's, again, totally oblivious of her own stars. And I'm there. And she's my wife, and she's been 10 years with me. And sometimes she has problems to relate to the world of Virgo, which is so damn obvious for somebody who has critical thinking and can observe. Okay. All right. So we have to remember the reptilius are in need of your fear, chaos, misinformation, and conspiracy. And they are using the Virgin Mary critical attitude, mentally manipulating all these generations. And then they hijack their body, their mind, and their souls of millions of these people from that generation. And all these people, the majority of them, 99.9% are non-cosmic conscious, and they can only robotically, subconsciously, naturally act out and respond to the pull of their karmic Virgo stars. Okay, but it's going to get better. Always going to get better. Believe me. Now, currently, as I'm speaking to you, the planet Pluto, now remember, Pluto is the tiniest, the farthest, but the most powerful planet you can get that controls the sign of Scorpio. Pluto itself rules power, sex, fanaticism, conspiracy, the cabal, secret society, the police. Oh, it represents also dying and rebirthing, or Trump. Okay, now this Pluto is into the sign of Capricorn, the head of the devil. Okay, politics, structure, governmental institutions, the scientific community, anything that is representing the status quo. Now you got this Pluto into the sign of Capricorn, and that can only add more problem to already a generation which is led by the Virgin Mary. So all the reptilians are affecting the mental process and turn all of these people and turn them into rebels against the government and what is normal, so to speak. Now you could see that Trump is not normal, okay? In fact, Trump has got Pluto, the planet of power, in his mind, like Hitler. That's why it was easy for Hitler to hypnotize through his speeches the masses. And Trump did exactly the same. That's why I wrote quatrains of what were to happen. We're talking about the invasion of January 6th of the US Capitol. Again, remember, don't harass me with your political beliefs, my good friends. I respect it, I understand it. But remember, I'm an astrologer. I read past your logic, politics, and conspiracy. I'm using the stars. Okay, so when Pluto entered the sign of Capricorn, that was in 2008, and will stay into this sign until 2024. It created a society which I call the rebellious, die hard, lawless conspiracy generation. So if you were born, okay, in 2008, now you, or after this timing, so to speak, with Pluto in Capricorn, you're not going to like the government. You're going to fear power. You're going to fear the government. You're going to think they're going to send you to concentration camp. You're going to be starving for conspiracy material because you were generated with investigation. Pluto, the most powerful, tiniest, deadliest planet, the farthest planet we can get in our solar system, is still the most powerful planet. And in the sign of Capricorn, which is structure and the government and the status quo, you're wondering why Qanon was born? Hello, it's just common sense. But if you do not read, if you do not educate yourself, how are you going to know what generation you belong? Lucky me, 72 years old, the planet of death and drama, Pluto into the sign of love and light. There goes the baby boom generation, Dr. Cherry, the hippie generation, where it's all about love and light in the art. Then comes another generation with Pluto in Libra. You know Libra, the laws, the gang generation, facing the cops, the law, the planet of death, the law, the police, gang, dying for the gang. Pluto in Libra. And then Pluto in Virgo, all those OCD, all those fanatics about health who will never, ever trust science because, oh my gosh, you're poisoning our body with chemicals. We don't know about it. The majority of people do not know how powerful the planet Pluto is in affecting generation psyche, which are going to be, as a rule and as always, manipulated by the reptilius to create fear, chaos, drama, insecurity, death, because those nasty entities can only regenerate and survive in dark matter with negativity, the dark, the devil, evil, Satan. Now you have the dragons, those beautiful extraterrestrials that are working the same way than the reptilians, through your psyche, through your head, stimulating you to be more courageous, to be more transformed, more educated, more logical, more creative, submitting, suggesting, promoting love and light, understanding and education, honor, integrity. That energy of love and light is part of your makeup, the good and the bad, God, devil, the yin and yang, male, female, day, night. Remember, you cannot have opposites. You cannot have a life without opposites. That's why it's critical to educate yourself and understand that you don't have to be a robot of your stars. How can you control your stars if you're part of the baby busters generation, the OCD generation, or if you're part of the lawless, generation, the conspiracy generation who doesn't trust the government and power? How can you control your stars if you don't know about your stars? That's why you need to go above in the universe where God resides, where Jesus' cosmic initial ministry or astrology is, okay? Then from there, go under your stars so you can understand how you stand under your stars. And unless humanity educates itself, it's going to get worse. And knowing that people would rather go to TikTok than to open any of my books or watch my video, how can we avoid the dance of evil? How? The people that are in power, those very politicians are not cosmic conscious. Those who have a place of notoriety on stage, famous people, are completely cursed by the reptilius, victimized by the OCD generation, the Plutonic generation, the Saturn generation. They do not know. They are just robots spitting out their fear, their insecurity, and their cosmic ignorance. And how can the world become a more stabilized, a more peaceful, loving, understanding place for us all when ignorance and the reptilians reign supreme? Hello. That is my dilemma. And this is why I'm making those videos every single day, asking you to be part of the solution and share, because you like it or not. Once you come back and read the newsletter, I'm going to put the keywords and the quatrain right on the top, like I always do. And I'm going to put all those shocking news that I'm expecting, large earthquakes and explosion, and God knows what is going to happen. I'm trying to make you aware of those various cosmic winds. The Plutonic deadly window kills the cops, gets crazy lunatic infected people to kill everybody who's an AK-47. The Russian cyber attack negativity, it's all there during that window. Then comes a Munich window. That's where the beginning or the end of important phases of life are to take place. That's when I lost my mom. And then you have those Uranic window where shocking news, technology, UFO, the future of humanity, humanitarianism, anything outside of the norm is coming in. The sudden release of energy that's going to be right on top of Asia or Japan. My friends, there is so much we have to learn. Instead, people that are very wealthy are putting all their money into the codification of thought, dogma, and religion. And religion has killed more people than all natural disasters, disease, viruses, and war combined together. The reptilians have created 875 different religions, so the essence of Jesus' cosmic ministry is lost into this darkness of bull, deception, and illusion. My friends, I don't think God put us on this dense physical world to die a suffocated hand. But it starts with you. It starts with you understanding me, reading and sharing my work. So be ready. It's going to be a little of a bumpy one. So I give you 2 dates in this video. Please go and read the rest of the story now. Share it. Be part of the solution. Because when you look at it, I only have you and you only have me. And together, there is not much we cannot do. Until then, God bless all of you, my friends. Peace and see you again. Pay attention. Shocking news. Bye-bye.